Hello everybody and welcome to this beautiful weekly stream with the two of us, hopefully your favorite twins. With me,
yes.
Crysantos, your senior community manager from the European cluster, and with MrConway.
Yes, who put his headset on the wrong round.
Nice. Is it the
nice
the
shirt, Mr. Conway? You are
days?
very welcome. Can I just,
Nice. Well, I'm going for the Gamescom look here.
Yes. Funnily enough, I got this through work as well because of our collaboration summit, which is awesome. It's fantastic to see you again. It's really, really nice to be back. We were a little late today, like not starting late, but late getting ready, so that's why we're not 100% ready. But I've got chat open. I can see the people saying hello already. Hello from Argentina and Australia. That's already pretty epic. Nice to see you. We have a new, by the way, we changed something. Who in chat can guess what we changed? Let us know.
Yes. David is asking, Sprache is heute English. This stream is going to be in English and not German. Oh, hello from South Africa, from Croatia. Hello, everybody. Like, who's the farthest away? Maybe somebody's actually watching.
And to be honest, I don't think, unless you're from New Zealand, I think you're going to struggle to get further away than Australia.
True. But maybe there's
almost literally the opposite side of the world.
Maybe there is a New Zealander down there.
Maybe from the moon? Who knows? Who knows? Donna says headphones. No. Background? No. Also no. No?
Your underwear? I hope so.
The names in the title card are reversed? No, they're not. Were they?
What?
So.
No. The names were right. That's the thing. We always sit in this combination. No, guys.
Wow. I don't think anybody... see, Glenn Sullivan from New Zealand. He's probably the far away. The mics? No. Everything? No. We have a new camera, guys.
We can see the difference, but apparently you guys don't. But it's amazing.
It's amazing. We have like the most 60 FPS that you can possibly FPS. We have all the FPS. It's really good.
Frico is asking, did you shave your legs? No, I think Mr. Conway.
Mr. Conway and Crysantos? Didn't it say Mr. Conway and Crysantos?
It said Mr. Conway and Crysantos.
Wait, let's restart it. Let's just check.
Crysantos and Mr. Conway, yes.
This is normal. This is what it always says, and it's accurate.
I think people are trying to fuck with our minds by now that you're Crysantos and I'm Mr. Conway.
Maybe.
We see all deformities better.
Yeah,
Thank you. Exactly. Look. What we can do for you guys is make the stream look better. What we cannot really do is make ourselves look much better.
I think we could, but I don't think it's in the budget.
True. I think that would be more costly than the new camera.
True. No, yes, you will be able to see all of us a little clearer and a little nicer, which is fantastic. We are going to be moving to a different streaming room next week.
We have somebody from New Zealand, actually. Glenn Sullivan from YouTube says he's Sergeant Sully and Set on deck from New Zealand. So I guess nobody can beat you unless we have competition from another New Zealander, and then we'll have to figure out who's further away on Google Maps. Hello, I'm Korean World of Warships player. Hello. Unfortunately, I cannot read your name because I cannot read the signs. So shame on me. But I hope you enjoy the stream.
Yes, shame. On
Voice of Dark Player is saying today's Jingles video featured someone from Wargaming team playing Graf Zeppelin. So Mr. Conway can probably tell you a bit more about this because he's to blame.
He's to blame, yes. Because our customer support specialist who's here in our team, he's been playing Graf Zeppelin. He had this amazing game, so I said, I can send it to Jingles. Because it was just hilarious, three secondary kills and a Kraken is pretty good. Is that part of actual testing the performances before deciding whether buffs will be applied? No, he just really likes playing it.
Yes, no. I mean, we give internal feedback, but it's not like our game balance department says, guys, we're not sure what to do. Play 5 battles now until lunchtime, and then we'll make a decision. No, that's not how it works. But obviously, we love to play our own game, and that is true for pretty much everybody in the team that we have here. So if you check out our profiles, you will see that we all play the game quite a lot. Now, even on 2 servers with Mr. Conway and me invading an A bit. Have I think around 100 battles by now. I managed to get my way up to tier 8. What are we going to do today, guys? Today's stream is going to be very relaxed, mostly because our week was really stressful. Because first of all, within Prague, we're going to move our office. So we have to pack a lot of stuff and be ready for next week. We had a training for us, for our entire team, for 2 days, full 2 days. So you can imagine it was a busy week so far. So for now, today we'll just have some fun with you guys, play some battles, and chat with you. That's the plan for today, and I hope that's fine with you. Cheshire should be coming out very soon. We said at the end of the month, and the end of the month is not very far away. And if you know the pattern of our premium shop, you can probably, through the power of your mind, probably decipher the date.
Probably, yes. By the way,
not today. Any fancy announcements? The answer is no, except for we have a new camera.
Yes. But I would like to point your attention to this amazing message, because I was watching Isolate playing World of Warships yesterday evening. I got a Twitch container and a Twitch mission. Oh, unfortunately, when I click it, it opens the browser. We can blame this one for that. And with the browser, with my own stream, fantastic.
Yes, you can blame me for that.
Thank you, Crysantos.
It's so that you can see the official channel.
Yes.
Hashtag blame Crysantos. That's fine.
I like it. But yeah, so relaxed gameplay. We haven't, like, the two of us. Okay, that's not true. We do this quite a lot. But anyway, like an evening just focused on playing and enjoying is always nice, especially when you have a lot of other stuff to do. So kick back, relax. As usual, we are going to be answering your questions. So if you have any questions, please, at World of Warships, when you ask on YouTube or on Twitch or indeed on Steam. So let's say hi to people on Steam. So let us know what you want to know, and we will do our absolute best to answer.
For example, Washing Draymond is asking, are you guys on Twitch live now? Yes. So guys, we, at least for the EU streams that are in English, we're always live on YouTube, on the official channel in English. We're live on Steam, so if you're on Steam and you want to just watch over there, you can do that as well. On the store page of World of Warships, or on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/World of Warships. Very easy to remember, and just head over there.
Yes, we would stream on Mixer as well, but nobody's there.
Yeah. Silent Ninja actually also asked from Steam. He's still waiting for a German BB buff. Actually, we buffed the German BBs in December with a decent Sigma buff, so they're more accurate than they used to be. So I hope you actually feel it. And with that, Tommaso is actually in chat. Hello, Tommaso. When will CCs get the newly named Yashima, aka Shikishima? And I still think Shikishima sounds, pretty cool. To test, so I can see what it's like. Andrew Memorix, with one of the new test chips waves.
She's actually still called Yashima on live.
Well, because the name change wasn't applied yet.
The question is, can we play Yashima?
I think as long as you remember, guys, that it's work in progress.
Because I know someone who really likes playing Yamato. It's me, guys. It's me. I want to play it.
It's okay. I think we can play it, and you guys can see MrConway play his BB.
What just happened? I just clicked on modules, and it turned into a Moskva. What?
That's what's happening.
Who would like to join us for this epic game of Yashima? First time live on stream with 510 millimeters of awesome Japanese power. And it's Yoka79 who's going to be the first one today. If you want to play, send a PM to MrConway, and I'll invite you, in the order I get your PM in. Ustadi, yes, you'll be second. But please remember, right, lots of you, not so many of me, so you might have to wait a little bit, and I can't promise we're going to play a game with everyone. Spotting aircraft. Do we need spotting aircraft? 26.6 kilometers base firing range. I don't think we need spotting aircraft.
The only reason why I would spotting airplane on that ship is to get a better view.
Oh, should I put it in? You know what? Let's do
it. For shooting smoke ships. And there's one smoke ship that will definitely get on your nerves, and you know which one it is.
I know. Let's try. But I also wanted to see 20%. That gives us more than 30 kilometers range. Maybe we can orbital strike someone as well.
You mean the enemy? The enemy Yamato that might just reverse.
Yes. Okay, so let's set this thing up. We don't need to bother about the captain much because we've got a ready captain from Yamato that we can use. Let's have a look. We are definitely interested in more accuracy.
I'll just take my Hindi. After
we
the
interested?
recent buffs that she got, she's amazing.
We've got 20 100mm secondaries with 6 kilometers base, 6.3 base range, and 6 155s. Is it worth?
War Healer Gaming is saying that's a big EP. It is probably the biggest.
Is it worth? Should we? I don't know.
What secondary? I wouldn't really go for it because I would play the Yamato not in secondary range, but slightly outside of it. Well, it is a Yamato hull. You're just going to have bigger guns. You wanna? I would actually go for steering gears, but that's,
no.
That's
I
just
was just I was gonna make a joke about something being bigger, but it's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go for steering gears.
There was a question about the E-Gear. The E-Gear is not. I cannot tell you when she's going to be released because we're still in balancing phase, and only after we're done with the balancing of E-Gear we can find a date. And even sometimes we're in a situation where we have a ship that is pretty much like finalized when it comes to balancing, but we don't have a good, we don't see a good opportunity to put it into the game yet, which might then delay it. We had that, for example, with Siegfried.
So let me get this straight. We could go for 26.6 kilometers base range, plus 16%, plus 20% the spotter range. We can shoot the other map. We can shoot the next battle.
Chat, save me. Is your next suggestion going for survivability expert as well? Just in case somebody might hit you on 30 kilometers.
It's a battleship. It gives you more hit points.
Okay, I have a question for you because this is something that you guys and chat. I would like to get your impression on this because there were a lot of discussions about the upgrade. If you can go back to modules, because me personally, I equip currently my battleships not with the torpedoes. If you go to the other one, the torpedo lookout system, right? If you click on it, you see the selection that you have right now, right? You can go for the torpedo lookout system, which gives you a better assured acquisition of torpedoes. You have the concealment system, which some battleships like, for example, a Conqueror would really profit from that. Or you can go for the ship consumable modification one.
Heal, right?
And exactly, it gives you more heal, and that's something that I'm taking currently on my BBs because yes, you might detect torpedoes earlier. On the other hand, I feel like being able to just consistently heal more is a very strong thing for a battleship, at least. So what do you guys in chat think? Any plans on fixing CV's rocket damage versus TDs? Seth and Camille, we're definitely looking into it. There's nothing I can announce right now, but we're keeping a very close eye on that interaction and how we can approach that. I think today we, for example, announced changes to Hakuryu, where we slightly, because we're doing it in a smaller step-by-step phase, where we slightly decrease the amount of damage dealt by our rockets, by the attack planes. But overall, it's something that we keep an eye on, and we know your feedback around it, right? So we're looking into potential improvements.
Okay.
And Seihu is saying, guys, your friendly Seihu here with all those annoying questions. Don't worry, man. As we're always happy about questions. As long as you realize that sometimes you might give an answer that you don't necessarily agree with, and as long as you put it into in a constructive way, that's fine. We're very happy to give you the information that we have at hand, and try to give you more details, context, and transparency. So the last few days, you had some really bad in-game situations, and yes, you did use that in-game report and out-of-the-game ticket system. But here's my question: for someone that wants to help building a healthy game environment, what more can I do? Because I really want to do more, as I've seen how positive it can be for communities in other games. Oh, that's a very big question, and I'll probably have to answer in a very, very long way because that's a big question. So first of all, how to create or help build a more healthy game environment is first of all rely more on teamwork by encouraging it. So use the opportunities you have in game to chat, to talk to your teammates, to encourage them to play together, and to not rage at people. Because in my personal experience, even though raging, helps you vent your personal anger, it never really helps making anybody else better or convincing them to play a different way. So that's part one, right? That's an easy step you can do when playing the game. That you don't rage at people, you try to constructively help them become better. Not everybody is going to be willing to listen to you for various reasons. They might think they know the game better than you. They might simply want to play in their own way. They might not just, like, they maybe just want to play the game.
You going the other way?
Well, I didn't want to go up there. I'll stay. I cannot really
you go down
there.
there. I'll
cover the middle.
I'll stick up here with the 2 Kremlins. I have a feeling we can use this as a bit of a hammer.
Sorry,
I see lots of questions, guys, but please remember
let
while
me answer the big one
tricky.
because I'm sorry. I just want to give a full answer. What else can you do when it comes to building a healthy game environment and communities? It's also great if you're part of the community outside of the game. Or like smaller communities in the game, for example, clan communities. We have really, really great initiatives from the community. One of the best ones that I've seen is, for example, Help Me, where players, like very experienced players, meet up. They try to help players who are struggling with the game, newbies, or just players who might even have a high battle count but don't really know how to improve their gameplay. These kind of activities are coming from the community, and you can be part of that. There are a lot of other ways how you can, do that. It's mostly up to you where you want to invest your time and where you want to be like an integral part of these sub-communities within the big community. Okay, I'm detected. Turn out a bit here. And then we'll try to, you know us, we'll try to answer as many questions as possible.
I have a feeling I'm going to get focused to all hell today. In this game, at least.
Well, test ships, they do that to you. I need to change my setup here.
Like, shell velocity seems to be slower than Yamato already. Like, I lead my shells on the Yamato a lot less. And I hit none of them. Interesting.
So, 4 ships aiming at me. There are 2 divisions. That's Yamato, Kremlin, Puerto. Okay. We just have to be a bit careful here. Use the commander skills to buff the secondary range set. Andrew Memorix. I mean, that's definitely a good plan if you want to go for that. But you also have to keep in mind this, what do you want your ship to be? And what kind of playstyle you're aiming for? If you really build your commander for secondaries, you kind of have to play like that. MrConway?
Over-penetrated the Yamato.
I mean, you do have very, very big guns, so that's definitely something that might happen to you quite often. But the Alpha is also amazing. If you manage to hit a Citadel hit, that's definitely going to hurt the enemy a lot. Will Crysantos be visiting the Haida in August? Cobra, I would love to, but that's done by our North American team and not by the European team, so I won't be there. And we're going to be very busy, probably. If we're going to Gamescom, then we'll be there for Europe. So even though we would like to clone us even more, it's not entirely possible.
Is it even worth shooting Smolensk?
I mean, yes, you should.
I mean, yeah, it definitely should.
But I mean, maybe try to aim slightly lower in case you might
probably
use
try to aim at all.
No, it's just use the water to slow down your shells to still be able to get that Citadel. But if he's angled, I mean, that's where you want to shoot, not fully broadsided.
Nice.
When are subs coming? Is Evander asking? Evander, that's not clear yet. We're still working on submarines and how to implement them into the game. So more news when we're ready to share more news. Wow, lots of questions. What's the reason? What was the reason for replacing Moscow with the new Russian heavy cruiser instead of just changing Moscow to fit the line better? Well, I mean, obviously we could have done that, but in the way the natural progression works also with the signs the ships are based on, it's a more natural progression with the Petropavlovsk. Plus, it also creates some challenges, for example, how we want to do compensation for players who have the Moskva, and want to keep the Moskva exactly as she is with the legendary upgrades that you have and so on. So for us, we thought it's just the better solution for players to be able to just keep the Moskva as it is with all of the skins that you have, the perma camos that you have, the way the ship plays and so on, and then be able to provide you a similar experience, but within the tech tree. Okay, here we
Yeah,
got
like
torpedoes.
there's no reason to change Moskva. Moskva is a fine ship. She's balanced. She's fun. Oh, that's a shimmer.
Oh, no. I hope these torpedoes are also running out, because otherwise I'm in trouble. I'm very slow. That's the set. No, that's gearing toes. Okay.
Is my first game in Yashima just going to be getting rushed by a shimmer? I think so. But I think that's it.
Chat, what do you think? Dodge E Wanker, nice name, is asking, bring back the old operations. Some of them we're currently looking into how to bring them back, right? Like Cherry Blossom, it's going to, like, it's not going to happen anytime soon. They're not gone forever, I think, but they're definitely not on the list of things to. Oh god, lots of torpedoes here.
Well, you launch torpedoes in the other direction.
Oh, sorry guys, I have to dodge torpedoes here for a second. If you take a look at my gameplay. Ah, you changed already.
Okay. Yeah.
Had to torpedo beat here a lot. So yeah, so operations like Cherry Blossom, they're currently on hold, but I hope we're going to be able to bring them back. And then we still have Operation, I think it was Narai, that is currently out of the rotation because we need to fix it, because there were some bugs and we want to fix them. Okay, I'm going to not push you too much.
Can somebody, please, anybody shoot this Shimakaze? I'm literally stuck here.
This might hurt me a bit.
Oh, okay. Somebody shot him.
Could have been much worse. Okay, I don't, like, for me, there's no way I can contest these two DDs. I can slow down a bit here and help the gearing. And they must be up here because I'm not spotted anymore, so they must be here-ish. Yes. Oh, can we get him? He's actually reversing. Too bad. I realized too late, but our gearing should be able to get that set. I have to be
This is a terrible game,
here.
by the way. It's done no damage.
Well, so far I've done 40k damage. You're sitting at what, 13k?
Yes, like I said, no damage.
Okay, he's turning away. Oh wow, they're already down to 90 points. It's not going to be a good damage game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just this game, just a bit.
But you know me. I usually just care about winning. Obviously, it's always nice to have a nice score. But as long as we win, it's okay.
We have to do this again. These guns are also very different from Yamato. I have to remember I'm not in Yamato. I mean, when they pen, they hit like a truck.
Yes. Oh, Harugumo is hopefully not in trouble here. What do we have over
But
there?
it's not a lot of gun barrels.
Yeah, it's like me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of ships that only have, for example, 6 guns, because I personally prefer with the way that, you know, Battleship RNG sometimes works, I prefer the volume of shells.
The throw enough shit at the wall approach.
Yes, the you know, Fuso approach. Oh god, am I going to eat that one? No, hopefully not.
Come here, Kremlin. Come here. Come here. You have to hit your superstructure though.
At least I managed to get back up to 120 points, which means that we still get to play a bit. Okay, guys, we'll pay attention to chat in a second. We'll just going to finish this battle. Probably in like with the next kill.
Come on, Gearing. Yoke, spot the small ends. This is your job.
Edward, because there were problems with the AI and how the AI was basically routing the NPC ships. You know, the troop transporters, for example, got stuck, and some other AI issues. So we're looking at that and trying to fix it.
To nobody's surprise, I overpinned the Smolensk.
Any idea what research points Yashima will cost as Ohio?
So Yashima is going to is planned. Let's also remember she will be called Shikishima, but she's planned to be released for steel.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to clarify here, because she is not a research point ship. You can always find this information on our dev blog. Because that's where we put all of the information. Well,
truly terrible result. But yeah, let's try this again. I need to get used to every new ship.
When will the Italian DDs and BBs be implemented, asks Sir Lord Fries. So in general, we're obviously working also on Italian ships. When we're going to be able to introduce either of those, I don't know yet. But obviously when it comes to, for example, creating a new battleship line, it takes a lot of time because we need to get all of the blueprints. We probably have to extrapolate for tier 9, tier 10, what we can be implemented over there. And then these models are obviously very complicated. So that takes quite a few months. But we definitely want to have both of these lines in the game. So don't worry, there's a lot of content coming up in the foreseeable future. So don't worry about the Italian lines. We want to have them in the game as much as you want to.
Yeah, but armor layout is looks identical to Yamato.
Tia Wilhelm is asking what Moskva owners are going to get as compensation. So you're definitely going to keep the Moskva, right? And anything you purchased for the Moskva. So if you have any skin or permanent camouflage, you will definitely keep Moskva. So there's no compensation per se, because you keep the ship as is, right? So we're not taking away anything from you. When it comes to what's happening with the tech tree that's going to be implemented, or the branch of the tree that substitutes the Moskva, I don't know yet 100% what the final solution is going to be for that. But for Moskva owners, if you have the Moskva, you will keep the Moskva.
Kneisenau says, did you remember to enable naval battles? Kneisenau, did you remember that today is Thursday?
Good point. He probably just wants to make sure that if we're playing on the NA server, we do enable them. Combat. The reason why I'm saying, because we're talking about operations, right? But we're talking about separate operations. So Narai, we had to remove. We're fixing her right now. And then she will be definitely implemented again into the game. I'm not sure whether it's going to be the next update or the update after. When it comes to operations like Cherry Blossom, this is something that is not a priority right now to reintroduce them, because there needs some additional work to be done to do that. And the team that is usually working on this is simply has a different focus right now. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to get your expectations up for the other operations. But I do know that Operation Arai is definitely scheduled to come back. At least that's the current plan. So that's just hopefully a better explanation for you why I have these two statements. One is for Narai, the other one counts for operations like Cherry Blossom.
Edward 109K is asking, what about Kirov? Do the Kirov owners get compensation? No, because you keep the Kirov.
And it even turns into a premium ship.
A premium ship. So you essentially get a free premium ship.
Yeah. But wait, so guys, because this is still heavily work in progress, we just wanted to inform you about our plans, what's going to happen after the European DDs. So when it comes to the compensation talk, how the exact implementation is going to look like, what's going to happen with, for example, balancing, all of these things, give us a bit of time, and as soon as we're ready to announce it, we'll let you know. This CV spotting me here right now was not the best thing happening to me.
No.
But as soon as he's gone, I should be able to turn away from here. Oh, that's going to hurt. I was simply too aggressive here. Oof. That was the Republic salvo. That was my fault. Talking too much, not paying attention. Oh, come on.
I just hit the Moskva
You should show
for
us.
29,000 with 2 shells.
Yeah, I felt the same way about what the enemy Republic did to me, because I'm sitting at 900k potential damage with that first salvo, but it was completely my mistake by being too aggressive here. I'll just have to go back a bit more.
Oof, but this is I'm gonna have to nope out of here. I think I'm too close in. Ooh, but I also bounced off Moskva twice. Interesting.
Well, depending where you hit, right? Oh, Ustadi says he's in a division with us, right? But the game didn't load for him. No worries, man. Shit happens.
Ooh, and a citadel into Montana.
Ooh, nice. Well, oh man, that Moskva is super low.
Oh, he's down.
So currently, I'm sitting at 17 planes shot down and 1.5 million potential damage. Definitely attracted some attention here.
3 penetrations for 17,000 damage. That's
juicy.
I mean, the damage per shell is spicy.
Like we said before, right? If you hit, you hit like a truck. That Captain Burnt Beard, he's in a really bad spot. If we can do something about him here, would be great. Set him on fire.
Ah, Yamato slowed down. I'm definitely getting a lot of attention here, so I am going to.
I have to nope out of here very quickly. Okay, not spotted. I cannot be too close to you, so that no random shells hit me that are supposed to be for you. Okay, at least the Kurfürst is gone, and
oh, this could be juicy.
Oof. Ah, too high.
Ah, bad RNG.
No, you aimed too high.
No, I did not aim too high. I aimed low. Maybe I aimed.
Oh, I'm detected. So what's detecting me? Must be a DD. Which is bad because I wanted to get a bit more time to heal up.
Kind of expecting you to turn away, which is why I'm aiming high.
Andreas Müller is asking, is there any chance that the Hakurio might get back its dive bomber setup? Probably not, to be honest, because that would be a significant change to how it is right now. So, honest answer is unlikely, but never say never. When does the Moskva go to premium? We don't know yet. I mean, that should be happening after the European DD release was done. So you can have a rough idea of probably, you know, like late spring, summertime-ish. But the exact date, we don't know yet. Still too early to say. Oh, come on. Enemy Yamato is good at aiming.
Ah, a little bit further back and he would have been absolute dead. God, that Smolensk. Somebody do something about that Smolensk. Spot him, something, CV. I mean, anything really, please.
You gotta watch out with that gearing.
Yes.
So that was a question. Gokal is asking, when are you going to give German battleships some love? And sometimes penetration open deals zero damage, by the way. Yes, that's still the case. That certain penetrations still deal zero damage, even though we reduced the amount of that happening significantly. When it comes to German battleships, the German battleships, they did get some love in December already. With the increased or the improved Sigma that they got. Plus, I think the IFHE changes will probably make the secondary builds from German battleships definitely more viable in the way they're going to be able to penetrate the enemy. But that still has to be seen, right? And I do want to highlight this. The IFHE changes are currently live on the public test server. Please go check them out. Let us know what you think, how they feel for you on battleships, on the specific cruisers that you might be concerned about. Also, for example, how secondary builds with German battleships look like. Keep an eye on the development block changes that we announced, for example, today to the penetration values of HE of the German secondaries and so on. Set 52, surely this needs some love. Stanton, so like number-wise, I think she's okay, but I know this ship pops up quite often when it comes to like ships you would like to see improved. So we'll definitely keep highlighting this and see what we can do about it. But for now, I don't have any news about Set 52. I'm sorry.
Did 100,000 damage this time though. I mean, the guns, they really, like, if you make them hit, they do deal an impressive amount of damage.
So, oh wow, there's a Yamato not too far off here. When the European line becomes available on the test server, well, usually we don't give new branch ships on the test server. We tried it, for example, with the Italian ships, but overall the focus there is not on testing the new ships, but more on testing the technical aspects of the update, whether everything is working fine, and for example how we would have the early access for the European release, which is quite different than to like how we did it in like the last 2-3 times, I would say. I think very similar to the way we did it for the British CVs, for the Royal Navy CVs.
Okay. There's a suggestion there from Breitwil, says Sabaton Didi. Thanks, got a Joachim commander, and the band even made a song for you. Maybe in future sometime. The band didn't make a song for us though. The band made a song, and we made a video together with them. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic song, fantastic video, and I would love to have them in game.
I concur.
Did you answer Andreas Müller's question about the Hakuryu?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So I was trying to focus on not dying. I failed.
Any news about the fix for both a British Tier 8 CA secondary range? Captain Crab? No, unfortunately, I don't have any news for this. But I have to admit, I wasn't aware of that. So I'll just check tomorrow and see whether I can get some news for you. Not sure if it was reported, but the guys are already working on it. As we said earlier this week, we didn't really get to do a lot of stuff from our side.
Mayor Bear the Care Bear says, World of Warships, could you give insight on what you look for on determining when a ship goes to the tech tree or becomes a premium ship? I think that's not an easy question to answer. I think it depends a little bit on the line and the tree and how it looks, but usually we like to make premium ships that are a bit different. You know, for many of the ships that were built, there were different design ideas or different variations that were built. So we try and make it a bit different from the regular tech tree ship. And we also, you know, like to put some historical ships there because it makes them interesting and gives them a lot of replayability. But it's not an easy question to answer, and it's also not a determination that we make. It's a determination that our historians make together with game designers. And it also, you know, has a tendency to change.
It heavily depends, right? Because it's not a question we can answer for all cases. I mean, there are different motivations to put ships, for example, as premium ships. And if you take a look at certain lines, we might have like an interesting gameplay idea we want to do with, let's say, for example, Italian cruisers, right? Italian cruisers with SAP. SAP is different. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but overall it has a different feeling to the ships. They have a different kind of smoke deployment. Now, if you still wanted to have like an Italian cruiser that would, for example, have HE, a premium ship would offer that opportunity, like you have, for example, with the Duca d'Aosta or the Abruzzi. So it really depends. It's not that easy to answer. Fortunately and also unfortunately. I mean, fortunately because it would sometimes be sad to be really locked down into very, very specific like rules we have to deploy ships. Oh, this must be a premium ship or this must be a tech tree ship. It's good to have some, like wiggle room when it comes to that. But I also understand that it makes it harder for you to differentiate which ship is probably going to be a premium or a reward ship. But you also have to keep in mind that the game just keeps developing and evolving over time. And that means that things that we didn't take into consideration when we started building the game, right? That we, for example, now have resources like coal, steel, research points, which gives us way more like avenues to distribute ships and also make premium ships available for not just cash, right? For doubloons or for steel, or you can get them by coal or by research points, free XP even. So, I think that gives a lot of variety and cool ways to get to ships. Yeah.
Someone said, Exhibitor said, could you please tickle Mr. Conway? He seems so sad today and almost not smiling.
Aww.
It's been a very long day. I have a raging headache. This happens. I'll survive. We'll power through. We'll hopefully have some good games. And also, like when you have a game, first time ever playing Yashima with 510mm games, and you really want to have a great game, and do 30,000 damage. Ugh. But we will recover from this. We will turn it into strength and come back. Hopefully. We'll see. At least we won this game.
Eat that 1 HE shell and take it as damage. Thank you.
Lex Mechanic says, collect this badge for 300 and 350 ships, please. Lex Mechanic, we actually got this feedback on the forums as well. We had a look into it, and we'll probably be working on like some more, like higher badges, because yes, we have more ships in game now.
Yes.
Van Yub says, so on which of the 2 days left in February will the Cheshire become available? Well,
there are two ways to do this. One is the crystal ball, and the second way would be to take a look at when ships usually get released and then make a bet. Oh, I want to shoot down a bit more planes. Whew. Oh man, that was a battle where I took so much damage initially because I was just talking and not paying attention to how close I was to the enemy. Suddenly the CV spotted me and I lost so much HP, but we still managed to stay alive by playing a bit more carefully. And we actually got Dreadnought out of it and a cap.
There's an amazing question on YouTube from Lee Benson who's asking, does the censored have any censored if I could censor it, but then no?
The answer is censored.
I think it must be, yes.
Is there a possibility another Montana class BB will be added, like New Hampshire or Maine? Blue AJ, potentially. Why not? I think at this point the game is in a state where we can also offer variety for tier 10 ships, like we already do, right? For example, having the Montana and having the Ohio. I wouldn't expect that anytime soon, but maybe down the line, right? It is on the table.
It is. There was a question there. From Silva, who's saying, I can't change my email because it asks for a phone number. But to add a phone number, I need to enter my email, which I cannot access. What to do? Well, in this case, you will have to send a ticket to our customer support team, and they will change it for you after checking you are who you say you are. Obviously, we need to make sure for things like two-factor authentication that it does indeed do its job, which is make sure that you are who you are and, keep your account safe. So, contact our support team and they'll help you. Should
Thank
not
you
not be a problem.
Thank you for playing with us, Ustadi.
Yes,
always,
thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. Cobra's asking, may I request to have Evan join a weekly stream in the near future? So, Cobra, in general, we love to have Evan here, right? And I think he also enjoys being here on the stream. I'll just claim that he does.
No, I think he does.
I think he does, yes.
And if he doesn't, we will make him.
We currently have a challenge, though, because Evan relocated from the St. Petersburg office to the NA office, which means he's living in a different time zone. And that makes streaming together a bit more challenging than being able to do it after work. But I'm sure we will have him back on one of our streams in the future. When? That question I cannot answer, but I'll try to bully him into joining one of our streams, yes.
But maybe our awesome colleagues in the North American office will be able to make him
come on stream, make him appear magically. Do you guys have plans, got Italian ships this year? Kaga, you're trying to lock me down here, right? You naughty little boy. I would love to say the answer you would like to hear, but the answer is mayhaps.
By the way, can you pick a ship?
Can I pick a ship? Yes, just pick a ship. Okay, chat, what do you want to see? Actually, I play the Goliath, you get to pick the next ship.
Gunslinger Thailand was asking, when are the NA streams? So, guys, I will be uploading the new Twitch schedule for March, probably on Monday, because I don't think I'll be able to face doing it after the stream today. And there are some streams for the NA office planned for next month. We can actually...
Can you push that button?
See how it feels. See how it feels when somebody doesn't push the button. Let's have a quick look. Maybe we can actually answer your question. Just have to access the page.
Yes, we'll check in the background.
Oh,
so
God, I have to log in.
Yeah, Gneisenau, exactly. You stole him.
Maybe Gneisenau could tell us since he's here. I don't know if he knows.
Donectal says, can we have a credit compensation for damage done by own team? I don't really know what you mean. I mean, if you are you talking about team killing? If you get team killed, you do already get a credit compensation if somebody is hitting you.
So the next NA stream is actually happening today. Well, I'm going to say today, midnight UTC, but it's in Spanish with Magui.
I think that's tomorrow night, by the way, Friday night.
Is it?
I think so.
Then it is incorrectly in the schedule.
But potentially.
This is potentially. So either today or tomorrow is going to be the stream with Magui.
Maybe Gneisenau can actually confirm for us in chat. So that would be the Espanol.
Yes, and then for March, it looks as though you can look forward to seeing a stream on March 13th and March 20th, and then again on well, that's April again. So yes. March 13th and 20th looks as though you should be having some NA streams.
Yes. As far as I know, the North American team is looking into getting back a bit more into streaming. But also, you know that Feminelli left the NA community team, and she was basically their main streamer. So I think it will take a bit. So just give them a bit of time. Yeah. Can MrConway play the Z46? So Ins Hunter, we can let him play it. Even though we will all have to suffer from, his performance. Look, we started playing on the NA server. MrConway really tried to learn how to play CVs.
The problem is that we tidied and cleaned the streaming room today, so I don't have anything in reach that I can smack him with.
The thing is that we know MrConway. He's a decent battleship player. He's a good cruiser player, but DDs. Not your best class. Let's be honest. But he's trying. Like, do you want to play the Z46? Do you have the Z46?
I don't think I have the Z46, but I have free experience, so I can get the Z46.
Well,
I don't think I want to spend the free XP though, because we need it for some upcoming ships.
Is there double Stalingrad coming to this flank? Oof, not the thing I want to see on my flank.
I'm also going to be having to play a little bit more carefully because the carrier gave me quite a lot of attention here.
I do like the Goliath, it's just not a ship for carrying. Can we see Aegir 2? Thea, maybe. I definitely haven't set her up. Like this week I didn't get to play any matches on World of Warships except for like 2 battles today at work.
You know what, Hakuryu? If you could do this, I'm gonna try and shoot at you as well.
Oh no. Why is there radar? This is not fun. No. Because I just repaired. Yeah, we have here double Smolensk with the countered by double Stalingrad. They both will not enjoy their day, I think. So our Shimmer though managed to cap here very nicely. The Shimmer here, Horve. As long as he gets out here alive, I think it was worth it. Can we have training requirement before someone can play ranked? Well, I mean, look, currently if you want to play ranked, right, you have to have a tier 10 ship. And to get to a tier 10 ship takes a significant amount of time. I think that if somebody invested the time to get to tier 10 and you want to force him to do something on top of that, is it really going to improve his quality of gameplay? Like as a teammate, I'm not sure, right? Because he's already at the top of the game. I understand that, you know, playing with teammates can be frustrating at times, and it would be, you know, better to just have better teammates. But it's always like this, right? That you have to keep in mind that it's a team game. Not everybody's going to be a unicum. If you want to have that kind of approach, then you probably have to play clan battles, right? Because there you have like full control over your team composition, and you're going to be matched against players of the same skill. Ranked, even though it kind of filters players by ranks, right? And that is possible only by achieving the rank, which means investment of time and effort, and also, you know, like the better you are, the easier it is to get there. But overall, you know, there are limitations to that. I have to be a bit careful.
It's very good. It's got quite the gun arc, so it's actually quite good at shooting people behind islands. Yashima, that is.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the Goliath too, actually. I do like the Goliath a lot. I just had very unsatisfying, like, first 10 battles with her.
I think we need to push in here.
Look, this ship was not built for pushing. This ship was built for, you know, at least in the first few minutes to play on range, and then later on get more cozy with the enemy. But I'm happy to support you. But overall, you need to be in front of me or with me.
Yeah, of course I need to be in front of you. But I mean, no. What I'm saying is I think we need to push, dislodge that Stalingrad and Hindenburg, and then do something further up north.
Why people always hate CVs, learn to play with them and against them. Look, I understand why people can be frustrated by CVs, right? Because it is a class that you don't really interact with the way you interact with any other ship, except for maybe DDs. Because, you know, if you play as a battleship versus a battleship, you will always see each other and shoot each other. You know, it's like that's the way you interact, right, with the guns. A CV is something where the guns are basically detached, or the armament is detached from the actual hull. So you shoot down planes, but shooting down planes will never give you the satisfaction that you get when shooting the actual ship that is launching the planes, right? So I understand that from a let's say satisfaction point of view, that is not really the same relationship you have with other ships. Plus, CVs interfere with, you know, the way you play, right? Because it is about spotting, and they can push you to make certain movements. Oh, and I'm eating a torpedo here.
We've completely lost control of the map.
So I understand that it can be very frustrating to play against CVs, but to a certain degree, you face this also with other ships, right? A DD might annoy you when it comes to your spotting and how you have to deal with that, right? You have to adapt your playstyle in general. Depending on what ships you meet in game, you will have to adjust your gameplay accordingly. That's true for any ships, and I understand that. Yes, sometimes you would wish that CVs have less impact on, for example, spotting or the way they can apply damage. But overall, you always need to make adjustments to your playstyle. I mean, when you, for example, see me joining a battle, the first thing I usually do is I take a look at the enemy team's composition and our team's composition. And then I think about, okay, how do I probably have to adjust my gameplay to get the most out of it. When I see, for example, a CV, I will probably be less likely to just go straight up into a camp, because I know if the enemy is going to spot me, I'm the first thing that everybody's going to shoot at. So I probably have to play a bit more carefully. But that means if I do that properly, I will stay alive longer and be more helpful to my team in the later part of the game. So it's always tricky, right? I think, yes, players need to understand that CVs do have a role in our game, right? And they played a significant role in, for example, World War II, and we want them to be in the game.
I really need your help here. If we want to have any chance of pushing, I need to have some screen for the shimmer.
Okay, I still have to deal with that Stalingrad right in front of me, but I'll try, man. I'll try.
If the Stalingrad comes, I'll blap him. But
yeah, but you look at my screen, and
that's
the
true.
Stalingrad is here.
Really,
so I cannot, like, if I show broadside
we've
now,
lost
he's
this
going to
game, that's sure, and I've done no damage.
We'll try, man. We'll try. There's a small chance of winning this, but it's not entirely lost. I always believe there's a chance, man. There is a chance. The enemy team might just do something really stupid and throw this game away. Because, people start chasing their damage and so on, and suddenly this game can be turned around. It's really tricky right now with 4 versus 8, yes. But, not impossible.
Well,
I've seen safer games being thrown from my team than this.
I am dead here, I think. Yeah. Honestly, I am not a fan of the Yashima. I think it's nice, but I think she needs more accuracy and or reload to be competitive. Otherwise, there's like, if I'd been in the Yamato this game, I think I would have had a better result. Work in progress, guys. Tests begin. We will we'll monitor. We'll have a look how we go. I know it's theoretically possible to win this game. I mean, not anymore, but
no.
But
At this point, I would say, like, unless I can do magic, I will not be able to win this fight against the Stalingrad, because that's not the kind of, and especially with the Hindenburg in my broadside. I hate when people think that a game is lost, because
I know you hate that, but there does come a point in every World of Warships game where it is lost for one team.
Yes, but I think that most people go to that point too quickly. You remember the battle we had with the Lord of Droid, where we still managed to turn it around, even though we were down by 5 ships.
Anyways, this is clear to Muscle's fault.
Clear.
Thank you for playing anyway, dude.
Savage, MrConway. Savage,
okay,
Mr.
after
Conway.
playing 3 games of Yashima, I need to play a game in Yamato to have that, and then we can play other ships.
Yes. If Mr. Conway cannot play set 46, can you play it instead, Crysantos? Yes, sure, I can play set 46, but that means we would have to play tier 9, Mr. Conway.
It's fine. We can play tier 9.
Okay.
I'm happy to play tier 9.
Well, the Yashima, you need a downside to having the biggest guns of all ships in the game. Yes, exactly, Demian, and this is why we do the testing, right? We don't just take the ship and throw it out into the game and say, like, you know what, this looks fine on paper, let's just give it a go. No, that's why we do the testing, see, okay, we know she has the biggest guns in the game. Is that balanced with the current setup or not? Do we need to make adjustments? And you're playing Aegir.
I don't know if I'm playing Aegir. Am I playing Aegir?
Well, you selected it, so we'll see. I'll have to set up my set 46. Do I have a commander? I'll probably have to assign a commander. Set 46. Any upgrade changes I need to take into consideration? No, actually, I love that you, for example, if you take a look at this, I love this change here with the engine room protection, that you now have all of these things rolled into one upgrade, which makes it much more, useful to have this upgrade. Switching back to Mr. Conway. Ximerto, we're going to play on tier 9, so please adjust. And let me just find a commander. I'll probably just use my set 46 commander. My set 52, obviously. There we go.
Okay, let's have a look at how to build this thing. So it's a cruiser, it's not a battleship. Let's have a look at its armor layout. Whoops. It looks, we've got a 27mm bow, 90mm main belt.
wow.
190
so Mr. Evan is actually in chat. So hello, Evan.
Oh, hello.
And he says, technically, you just need to ask those two twin faces to invite me. Okay. So
Evan, look, if you're since he's at
Next
work
note.
right now anyway, if you want to jump on Discord and just come play a game with us, we would be more than happy to have you.
And otherwise, the invitation would be for next Thursday. And just join us there on the stream.
Okay, so it is.
Oh, we also have Calvote in chat. So, hey guys, if you don't know him, Calvote is actually our senior community manager from the NA cluster. So, if you have any questions or concerns or whatever from the NA cluster, this is the person to talk to.
So this thing is going to eat penetrations like they are no one's business, but it's probably not going to eat any citadels. If we look at this citadel. Well, maybe we will eat some citadels. 60mm bulkhead, but we've got this beautiful 190mm belt and angled turtle back under it. So probably not. But if you show
we will do
broadside in this,
extended testing with you.
If you show broadside in this, it will hurt a lot, even if you don't get citadels.
Kavote says you should check your DMs on internal chat. Internal chat, does that mean Skype, Teams, or a different platform? I guess Skype.
1828mm secondaries with 7.6 kilometer range. Base, Crysantos.
So for zooming game, or I don't know, I probably completely slaughtered your name. Sorry. So he says, as I'm sure many here in chat would agree, the quality of matches have nose-dived so far in 2020. Are there plans to address this? First of all, like I've been working for this game for a very long time, and this comment I've seen pretty much since I ever joined. Right? That matches are much worse than they used to be, which is not.
Also, the game is dying. Nobody plays this anymore, and German battleships need a buff.
Which was true. So no, but overall. I understand where this is coming from, right? But you have to understand that most of the time when you think about how battles were in the past, you probably had the same issues, but you don't remember it that harshly, that you say, oh, suddenly they're much better. And when it comes to improving it, we would love to, improve it. But if you take a look at random battles, what we don't want to do is have a skill-based matchmaking at the moment, because that's simply not what we want random battles to be. When it comes to like improving the quality of the games, it's tricky how to do that, right? And this is why we monitor a lot of feedback, how we can potentially improve things about the game. So that's why we do, for example, changes like IFHE, first of all, to make things more understandable for players. Also that, certain things are not that mandatory to be used. We improve the matchmaker whenever we can. If you take a look at the matchmaking changes we did for up-tiering and so on, these kind of things, we always try to do our part to improve it, but overall, it's complicated, right? Because at the end of the day, the game will always be played by the players in the way they want to play it. It's funny to see from a developer point of view how certain features were intended to be played and how players actually play them. It's always very different, and that's a challenge of game development. And you're almost done with.
No, I'm done. But the thing is, look, this is why I think chat knows what I'm thinking about, right? The thing is, these secondaries, they look super interesting, right? We've got 18 128mm guns without secondary expert, right? We didn't slot any secondary modules, right? Did we get a bit of secondary range here? Yes, we get a bit of through aiming systems. We're at 8.4 kilometer secondary range. If we push this to a full secondary build, combined with the fact that it's got 11.9 kilometers concealment, by the time people spot you, they're pretty much in your secondary range. And I know secondaries at high tiers are not always the most viable, but that is definitely, I think might be a fun choice. I'm not sure if it's a good choice, but might be a fun choice. So we're going to try one with this, and then we're going to go and we're going to respec it to full secondary meme build, and we're going to see if we can sneak up in the secondary something.
Okay, so Bodybag Bird is asking, any chance of a second flag on German warships? We definitely want to get it. So not just a chance. Yes, we definitely want to. But when we need to find a good slot where we have something like a German ARC that would, be able to deploy us, that would enable us to deploy that in that way we are currently doing it, right? It's usually tied to like a, branch release. So would love to, and trust me, we've been asking for this as well. But I don't know when. But we are working on it. Could you at least reveal if the Italian BB or DD line is coming out first? So since I can't make any promises, right? But I would probably expect the BBs to be first. But it can change, man. It can change.
So I'm happy that we don't have any CV because it means we can really use our concealment to advantage. 11.9 kilometers. I mean, it's a very low ship. It's a big chunker, but it's quite low in the water. Guns turn nicely fast. I think it'll be interesting. But after this game, I'm gonna go full secondary spec. Does my Lutyens have 19 points? Do I have Lutyens?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We know a lot about each other, but I don't know all of your builds. I have a 19-point Lutyens, but
I will. If I don't have a 19-point Lutyens, I will make a 19-point Lutyens, and then we will try a full secondary build. A sneaky build and try and sneak up on people.
We have to split up, Sam. We have to split up. Yeah, split. And Albert Schneider, yes, I actually agree with your assessment of the angle of the turtleback. We'll let MrConway find out how tanky that is.
You think it's not enough?
I think like if a battleship hits you on that angle, like. The thing is, at closer. You can hope, but I think
it's going to be more effective at closer ranges due to the angle being quite strong. Obviously, if you penetrate from coming from here, you're gonna get through it potentially easier. But we'll see. It's still a lot of armor to get through, the 190 millimeters plus the angled plus the citadel protection. But we'll see.
Well, but you will definitely not get overpinned.
But either way, with that big broadside, you're going to eat 90 millimeters of armor. It's going to activate everything, and you're going to eat lots of pens. We'll see. It's got a lot of hit points. 62,000 for a tier 9 ship.
There's a lot of radar here that makes me a bit concerned. Puerto Rico, Seattle, and the Donskoy, and especially the Donskoy with the long range one. I'll just back up.
I'm interested to see how the 305s
pop
perform.
My hydro, and then I have a very fast torpedo reload, so I'll just double check here. So there we got the Donskoy. Okay. We haven't seen the Puerto Rico.
Oh, he's slow, right?
The Donskoy is accelerating now.
Up, yeah.
He's trying to accelerate out of there.
He's turning in as well.
Yeah, he probably wants to get into radar position, so make him pay for that. Yeah, I gotta run.
Damn it.
We got 5 ships aiming at me, but we'll dance a bit here.
Oh, this might
Donskoy had to turn away, right?
Bad turn.
So yeah, I had to disengage here on this cap because I didn't really want to, take the risk from getting torpedoed from the Gomo from the B cap and take the radar from the Donskoy. It's just sometimes better to play a bit more carefully. Yamato and Musashi can now both easily be citadel. They are now has-been ships. Look, the Yamato and the Yamato has always been easy to be citadeled.
You just need to know what to do.
So obviously, initially, like in the initial months of like a ship's introduction, right? Players are going to struggle a bit more, like where the weak spots and so on, how to deal with it. But Yamato was always not weak on the broadside, right? But if you got into like a brawl, that's not the ship built for a brawl. Let me quickly check here with torpedoes. So it's not really built for that, right? It has great armor bow on, but as soon as you are able, for example, to hit the cheek on a good angle, or if it shows full broadside, the Yamato always had that. But the Yamato is still a very strong ship, because that was not what made the Yamato strong. What makes the Yamato strong? The Yamato has great guns with very decent penetrations. It can overmatch. That's still like a feature that only Yamato has right now, and Yashima will have, right? The overmatch 32 millimeters. You have the option to also go for secondaries, but overall, it's like, oh, there's the Yugomo, interesting. But overall, the ship just has clear upsides and clear downsides. That was always the case for the Yamato. So I definitely disagree about the Yamato is a has-been ship. The Yamato is still a very strong ship, and if you think about for how long the Yamato has been in the game and how little changes it received, and it's still very balanced. That's also like something very positive about the game. And I personally think that even the changes to Montana weren't really necessary, because I felt the Montana was always in a good spot. Probably more an all-rounder, and other ships kind of eating a bit into what the Montana can do, and thus it seems maybe a bit less attractive because it doesn't offer something super crazy like a gimmick. But overall, I really love that ship. Oh, I'm pretty dead. Fuck. I'll have to move here. Yeah, that don't score.
Screw that up. Should have taken advantage of his broadside. Oh. Come on, Puerto Rico. You know you want to shoot me. I'm new. Come on. Overturn. You know you want to overturn. Thank you. Let's see, can we actually make this work?
Okay, I think we can get the Yugomo. He made the mistake of engaging me.
Let's show your gameplay, actually.
Well, for now, I'm
right
battling those 2DDs plus the Donskoy, which is a bit challenging, but overall, that Yugomo is pretty much down, so I only need to get the spot on him. We don't really have a radar here, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying, but we'll see what we can do. We have the Hydro, which is always great to be able to, put some pressure on caps and be able to just have some additional wiggle room or room for mistakes, I would say, even in a DD. Oh, perfect. Can somebody get the Yugumo? It's the full HP one. No, you, buddy. Nice, got it. Okay. Slowly but steadily here. So I'll try to get back into sea. With the Puerto Rican Donskoy not being in radar range, I just have to be a bit careful with the torpedoes that Yugomo might potentially.
Montana put out a single fire, by the way. I'm trying some HE right now to see what it's like.
Andreas Müller is asking, any chance that the AA part of the AFT gets worked? With the move away from heavy flak AA system, the skill lost a lot of value for AA builds. Potentially in the future. For now, we're not planning this, but Captain perks are definitely something we have to look into anyway, with potential changes with submarines, right? So we'll have to see. So the Puerto Rico is coming over here. Or he might actually come into radar range, so I need to be defensive once more. And then the Missouri is actually capping. I love that.
Good.
I am hard detected. Okay. Yugomo's back. Yes. Okay, Yugomo. Probably launch torps. This is a bit of a rough game when it comes to contesting C, but that's my cap. I'll try to defend it. Maybe the Ugomo is going to eat my torps. Maybe. Just maybe. But I'll just have to hope.
Because he's my HE shells.
He's moving. Oh, he might be right here. Can you get the Seattle?
Yeah, but I had a HE loaded.
Okay.
So.
Oh, the Puerto Rico is coming
in. It's not going to do much.
No. That was a bit of a mistake on my side. Yeah, I'll try to reverse out of this. I would love to help the Ibuki because the Ibuki was really helpful for me as well.
Finally, we get a citadel.
And out of the... He popped that radar, but he didn't have HE ready. It's interesting. Okay, just in case the torpedo's coming. Okay, I'm still rated, but he just shot. There we go.
Puerto Rico got a much better AP, so
watch out, the Montana is... you should have your broadside, actually.
No, there's an island in the way. Still not happy with the situation, though.
Donsko might be... too bad. I wasted my torpedoes over here to... You know, for the potential move of him going slowly for it, but I didn't expect him to go all in here.
Oh, 17k. Nice.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go bow on? I'll try to turn away. Okay, let's get out of here. No, he's turning away. My torpedoes might not be fast enough. I am detected. Interesting, interesting. That means the Yugumo is very close, yes.
Loads of HE. Ah, terrible shot.
The Montana is going to pop up here very soon.
4, 3.
Hope somebody else gets him. Yep, that's going to hurt so much. Okay, I can only hope that somebody's going to kill that Puerto Rico, please. No, and he even set me on fire. It's sad. Because I might potentially burn down here. Okay, Yugumo's at least dead. Oh no, I'm burning, which definitely kills me because because of the fire penalty. Yep, I'm dead, and the Hindenburg is going to just. He was misplayed by me. I should have been a bit more careful, but I didn't want to let go of that cap. I was a bit too greedy on the Puerto Rico because that's the only reason why I stayed too long in the cap. But it still looks like we're going to win this, so at least I was able to delay them for quite a while. I mean, that's the great part about the Z46 is you do have the hydro, you do have the smoke, you do have decent guns, right? And fast torpedo reload with pretty good torpedoes. Not the best out there, but still gives you like a lot of tools. You're great all-rounder with the defensive capabilities and the option to bully people out of a cap. And despite them being here in a double Yugomo setup, we were able to, not make it easy for them.
Oops.
Tough luck, sunshine.
Pushing the wrong buttons. Sorry, and I didn't really get to catch up with a lot of questions, which I can do now. Can I get a link to join your Discord server? Shane Hughes, we currently don't have a Discord server, but as soon as we have one, we will let you know. How potato can wargaming be? Wishmob, we can be very potato, just like anybody else. Overall, I think, I'm probably not the worst player out there. You have
come
pretty
on,
decent
Crysantos.
stats. People love to trash talk, right? No, overall, I think I'm a pretty good player. I used to be much better, at least in my feelings, because I used to play way more. Like I used to play 4 or 5 hours.
Look, guys, if you're not sure, look up his stats. They're public. You can see them.
Yes.
You can also look up my stats. They are not the best, but definitely not the worst. I do all right.
Oh, Detonation says, greetings from Flamu. Egir. Greetings back to Flamu. I hope he's going to be able to reach 100k very soon, because he has a big giveaway planned for you guys.
Yes, and if he's going to reach 100k later than us, that's going to be a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
He will definitely hit it earlier. Bacon of War says, Crysantos, yes, used to be a better player until he took some HE to the knee. Pretty much. Work hit me very hard, actually, to the knee when it comes to my playtime. They are work in progress, exactly. When are we going to get more Weep content? I want the Prince Eugen Commander already, and we're missing some top tier anime content. Zedong Mao. So look, we just had the I would say second stage of the Arpeggio collaboration, and I hope there's going to be more Weep stuff, and I'm 100% sure there will be more Weep content coming up, but you'll just have to wait for news on this. Wait, so playing is not your work? So look, Evan, if you can convince my boss to play all day to make that my job description, I'll be very happy to do so. But we actually try.
Game expert specialist.
Yes,
give me a new title.
Yes. No, but we actually try. We have like a rule of thumb in our team that we try to play.
I'm gonna YOLO. I'm gonna go in.
Okay, we try to go for let's say at least playing roughly like 1 hour per day. Because we want to be part of our own gaming community, and we want to have a good understanding of how it feels like to play the game right, and to have some good understanding of the game. We obviously it will be hard to
as
compete
you can
with.
see, beaching in full view of Montana while you're trying to YOLO.
Yes,
great understanding of the game.
Is this how you launch your torpedoes? Through the island? Mm-hmm. No, but overall, it's hard to keep up with, for example, players like Flamu, right, or any other super unicum, because they invest a lot of time in the game, and that's something that, for example, I simply cannot do with a full-time job, and job also being something where I sometimes end up investing more time because I care very much about how the game is played.
This was a tactical breach, by the way. He was ready with his guns. I wouldn't have survived going around the corner. But if we're going to win anyway, I'm happy to keep pummeling his broadside here and farm some damage.
Senior game experience technician.
Yes.
Yes, even though you should always try to get a manager in there somehow, right?
Yes.
Can Vanguard get some buffs, please? She's the worst. Tier 8 plus premium. Karamba, we'll keep an eye on Vanguard. I'm not aware of any immediate buffs her, but I'll check internally and see what any plans have for her. El Repitente, I love the name, by the way. He's asking, hey there, about the EGE. You read 175 millimeters of max dispersion on daily bounce income. It says 203 millimeters. You nerfed the dispersion? Not to my knowledge. Might just be difference between. I don't know whether MrConway.
Yeah, shoot my belt.
Built,
shoot
for
it.
example,
shoot the
a
belt.
range upgrade onto the ship. What are you using? Reload or range upgrade?
I'm dead. No. But there's a good example of how the belt can be quite troll if people shoot it. I'm using. I can't remember. I think reload.
Okay. Well, then we'll just have to double check.
I think for first time on the game.
Oh, I love that one
time on the
stats
ship.
book. Senior game experience evangelist. Yeah, evangelist is one of the most pretentious titles out there in my opinion.
Terrible. By the way, can I just tell you something?
Yes.
Right here, like next to your. See this line?
Yes.
It triggers me.
I know. I was wondering when it's going to trigger you enough. It didn't trigger me enough to do it.
Which side is it on? Wait, is it better? Can you look? No.
No, not yet.
Still gone? Still there?
Yeah, still there.
Now?
It's still there. Slightly. It's still there. Right, chat? We're not just trolling him. I mean, we're not trolling you. Now he's thinking. Did he make a mistake with the setup? Potentially. We'll never know.
Chat,
Mr. Conway is very German about
or
these
can
things.
just we see this game?
Now, Chat. Now he triggered you as well because now you know it's there. And
Can you see
once,
it or not?
Once, yes. Like you cannot unsee it once you've seen it,
but
right?
can chat see it?
We see the line exactly.
can. We see the line.
We see it.
Okay, you know this
And
line.
Evan can see it, so now you have to remove it. Bisnard says Unicum is an exclusive term used in World of Tanks, World of Warships. Needs to come up with their own top tier players.
So I fixed it by cutting off a slice of Crysantos.
Okay, that was bad. I agree. But overall, look. Well, you will just as the World of Tanks pleb you are, right? You will just have to live with the fact that we do not only have superior guns and bigger caliber than you do, we also just stole the name. But you have to blame the players. Which date will 0.9.3 be released? Good question that I'm not allowed to answer.
This is actually... What are you not allowed to answer?
When 0.9.3 is going to be released. We don't even have 0.9.2 yet, guys.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I can tell you when 0.9.2 is going to be released. Because it'll be readily apparent as soon as we upload the Twitch schedule. But 0.9.3, I don't even know off the top of my head.
It depends on whether it's going to be a 4 or a 5 week cycle, right? So, you will know, but usually it's a 4-week pattern. So you can already go through the calendar and try to figure out when updates are going to hit, right? But sometimes an update might be a bit longer. But overall, it's roughly 4 weeks, right? We're not doing like super crazy stuff and change the update cycle every week.
So, Repist, he also pinged me about the dispersion. Let's have a look. Do I have range modules? Anything that increases my range? No.
Oh, Evil Friend says, you think you need to cut off more than just a slice of Crysantos? Look, Evil Friend, I missed you. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing, man? And stop slicing things off of me.
Ximito, thank you very much. So, it's time for EGM meme build.
Like, guys, we also have to get Calvotti on one of the EU streams because we can probably fill an entire stream
with dad jokes.
With dad jokes. Because his statement to the update 0.9.3 release date is 0.9.3 will be released on release day.
The thing is, I'm sure I think I have Lucian somewhere, right? But that means I can't use Hans Zimmer.
And he makes the best music. What are we playing, actually, chat? What do you want to see?
Günther Lucians, 11 points. What
you want to play tier 9 again, right?
Noob. But
so, chat, what do you want to see? Let me know. Tier 9, I'll play it for you. A question here from YouTube, from Intercept UK. Please buff the Biskavica. Look, we already buffed the Biskavica twice recently. And I think she's fine for now. If she needs more buffs, we will apply more buffs. But I think the 2 recent buffs helped because one was a rate of fire buff, so which immediately impacts your performance. Plus, there was a buff to the angles for both torpedo turrets, torpedo tubes, and the turrets themselves. I understand that, I'm sure you would love to have, for example, a concealment buff. I understand that, but for now, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe in the future.
Oh, but wait.
Any news from subs? Is it cancelled or postponed? Not cancelled, not postponed, but currently still in internal balancing. It's a big challenge to do that right. So we're taking our time. We're doing it step by step. And as soon as we have more information, we'll be happy to share it with you. But right now, it wouldn't make sense to share any updates about submarines when the things are not nailed down for the next test iteration yet, right? So for now, sorry.
Just don't look at my build. It's weird. It's really weird. Is it too weird?
What are you trying to achieve?
I'm trying to be sneaky and then have manual secondaries in people's face. It works, right?
You know what? We'll see how it works. Actually,
we'll see. It's a weird build, chat. You don't have to tell me. It's a really weird build, but we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go full secondary memes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and guys, wow! Look at this. It's I don't know who's messaging us, but it's a name that is not supposed to exist. So just to show this chat.
This is
if you take a look, right, this is usually how a bot is written. Now I don't know whether somebody just registered the name
and the IDS. That's usually our internal.
So I'm tempted.
Okay,
so
sorry, Vasil,
we want to see magic. We want to see magic.
We like either we're gonna get hacked now or something magical is gonna happen, or who knows? Like,
maybe both. What about Graf Zeppelin bombs? Isemiauzia, we're still checking internally,
Sorry,
like I said 2-3 weeks ago. That this will take probably a bit longer. So it's gonna be fixed, I swear. Okay. Well, Luke, is like this is triggering me slightly. We'll have you. The question is, what am I going to play? And he's playing Chungmu. So you know what? I'll play a battleship.
How do we have a bot in our division? MrConway, you don't have any flags.
Usually we have one. You know?
What? Did I forget to auto resupply? It's possible.
Yes, it's a likely scenario. So let me just quickly get a battleship. And I haven't really played the Basé too much, so I'll just take it and I'll switch this to the ship consumable modification because I like it better. Anything I need here? Nope. Let's go. Carbide. Carbide is actually here. Greetings to Chicago. Carbide.
Go.
One of our
the
employees
weirdest build I've
in
ever
Chicago.
used.
Okay.
But we get to 11.5 kilometer secondaries, which means my secondaries fire 400 meters after I get spotted.
Oh, T.R. Williams says, Conway, you forgot secondary flag. Did you forget the secondary flag?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
That's why I get 11.5 kilometers.
Anders
the line is back.
RNG.
The line cannot be back. I cut it off.
Chat now realizes how to trigger you. Right now, I don't see it.
I see it.
You see it?
Wait, you know why the line is back? Because I removed it only on my screen, I think.
How to trigger Mr. Conway.
I don't understand why the line is there, right? We have a green screen, it's all green.
Holy,
the camera.
how many BBs do we have?
All of them.
This is, wow. How many? Now I would love to be a DD.
Now I would love not to be a cruiser. Cruiser with secondary build.
He sliced Chris again. Exactly, Fructini. Like, I need to go to HR immediately.
Okay, I'm going to go down to A. I need to get into close range.
Yeah. Elena says, Yashima needs a bit faster shells, in your opinion. Look, maybe that might be part of it. I don't think we're really going to touch the shell speed too much, but who knows? Yeah. So balancing is still ongoing.
We should just add an extra gun barrel on each gun.
I'm sure you would approve. See, this is why we're not in charge of balancing, because you wouldn't want to see what we're going to do to the game.
Look, I just believe in punishing bad play. So make German battleships so accurate, they will always hit when they shoot.
So I'm sure it's Evan, who's controlling Luke.
I'm not sure. Like, it's still weird. Look, because we have how. I don't
negative.
understand.
Oh, he says negative. Okay, so do we have to guess who you are?
But how do we have a?
We like this. This is.
I think who it might be actually. If it's, I think it's probably if there's anybody who can hack this way. Yes, there we go. It's Ryu. But how does he do this?
Okay.
Wait. He set his nickname as the ID tag of the bot in the back end so that he gets displayed as the bot in game. That's genius.
You just showed Mr. Conway a new way of trolling.
That's genius. Chat, if you spend 2,500 points now, you could also be a bot.
Some don't even have to spend that money.
This is amazing.
Will there ever be a module to change shell velocity? Really struggle with the US ships. Oh, Koma, that's a great idea. I love it. Not sure whether we're going to do that, but I love the idea behind it.
What was the idea?
An upgrade that changes shell velocity, like improves shell velocity or slows it down. When will we be getting camo scheme and 2 flags for German ships? Yeah, Anders, I was trying to answer your question on Mr. Conway when we got triggered by this. So we want to have that, but it's probably going to be themed around, German ships. So we need something to tie it to have that. What is in here? Oh, it might be a Benham even. Oh, I need to be careful.
I'm glad we're watching your gameplay.
Why? You're not hitting anything, or like my gameplay so far is 7k damage.
I'm just terrible with World of Warships.
Ryu is trying to take B, but I don't want to eat.
Ryu,
this.
do or do not. There is no.
The Benham is over there. Nice. We had the Jutland over there, so it's either. Oh, and Tashkent is dead. Okay, so it's a Friesland. I don't have to worry too much. There are no.
And how? Why am I even in a second? Like, how? There are too many battleships for this meme build. If I was facing Tier 7 cruisers, this would be a fantastic build.
Mm-hmm. Like, I haven't seen a 7 battleship game in ages.
Of course, it happens when I go for this build.
Yep. Expecting him to turn left. No, he's turning right. He actually wants to get into the gunfight.
Did we have like shots before the stream?
Shots.
Did I? Am I actually drunk, or am I just playing like I'm drunk?
I mean, I didn't see you drink. Well, funnily enough, we actually for lunch, our favorite Chinese place where we went to for lunch today.
Corona shots.
They did give us a shot of rice wine. That was
Plum wine. Plum wine.
Plum wine.
That's why it tastes of plums.
But don't you still
look? If it tastes, it's very easy. If it tastes like someone's bottom, it's rice wine. If it tastes like plums, it's not rice wine.
Okay. I don't like either. I still drink.
You don't like what?
I don't like either, but I still drink them. It's just very sweet.
But what am I like? What's my play here? I don't have a play. I just have to pretend I don't have this meme build.
You just have to pretend you don't have this meme build. Oh, nice. That's a citadel here. Can we get one more? Come on. Well, still hurt like a citadel on that line. I don't know what Hood 1941 is doing here, but like he might just disappear as quickly as a regular Hood with a detonation. He's still. No, I think he's moving forward now. Iowa, no touching here. No touching. Can we get a better salvo with this? Nope. Well, double penetration. I'll take it. Symmetry, you love the idea of extra shell speed? Me too.
You know what?
No touching it.
You know what? This is the time where I just have to ride shiny and chrome. I'm just gonna have to use the fact that they don't have spotting. I'm gonna follow the concealment, and I'm just gonna push into them and try and get into the.
Well, they lost 3DD, so you can be a bit greedy.
Yes, but still, I have to push into 3 battleships and survive to get into torpedo range.
Yeah, but it's great. If you push into them, I can abuse their broadsides while they're trying to hit you.
We're doing this, chat. We're doing this. It's time to witness me. Can I see some witness me? Yes, please. Draculi has the right idea. I want you to witness me, chat. Here we go. Because I want to use my secondaries. I want to see how they are.
And another citadel. And these 2 battleships, the FGTM clan, they love pushing. And I love punishing them for it.
The problem is there are too many angles. I can't really tank properly.
Oh no. Island save them. Yeah, Rio, I'm coming to punish that Jean Bart if you don't.
Okay, I hope the Jean Bart and the Georgia are not paying any attention. Otherwise, this is.
I think the Jean Bart is paying attention
badly
to the other side, but we'll see in a second. Shiny and chrome, exactly. Come on, Georgia, show me a bit more beautiful broadside.
Come on, secondaries. Secondaries very underwhelming. Do not do a secondary build on this ship. This is terrible.
You or the secondaries?
Both. I'm that's it. I'm dead. That was really okay. Well, so my secondaries did It got 55 secondary hits. That's not a lot, and I don't think it did much damage. Ah, well. I needed to try for science.
At least you know exactly.
I know, yes.
Friedrich is coming in. I'll actually have to back up here a bit. So, Rio, if you could help me with the Georgia, that would be nice. I would love to push into the broadside of these two BBs.
What the hell is going on YouTube chat?
Elena is sharing all of the
I'm
emotes.
sorry, Elena, but how do I ban you? Like this? I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. 3 overpens. Don't score. Come on. Not fair.
It's a little bit too much spam there.
Getting crispy here. And you can see now, with the longer reload, I actually get more out of my... with the longer activation time, I get more out of my heal.
Got so scared by my ride to Valhalla that they just decided to lose. You're welcome.
Clearly, this is what happened. I'm not sure why the Georgia is not using a secondary build here.
Look, Yuzumi. I think the ship is like the first game was really good. I think the secondaries are a great thing if you're pushing in into DD or something. It'll absolutely eat a DD for breakfast. But obviously, pushing into multiple battleships, you don't have enough pen to really get through most of their armor. So it's
nice.
It wasn't a good play. I just wanted to try it for the fun of it. But the ship itself,
in general, I think if
solid.
you expect a cruiser to do well in the secondary build, you kind of have to, like, pray a lot.
Like, I would not recommend that build, but I wanted to try.
So with the Iowa, okay, I should be able to get the Georgia. And no, somebody else did. Man, that was sad that it was over so quickly. Over so quickly.
World of Warships, can you use Yamato? Yes, I can.
Yes, we actually answered, because there was a player request for set 46, so that's how we ended up on tier 9. Vaping Death asking, what about planned ships like the H-44, H-39, and Super Yamato? Will they be in the game, or are they not planned at all? Look, they are not planned right now, but they might still make it into the game, right? And with the Yashima, for example, or Shikishima, as the new name is actually for the ship, obviously, that opens a bit the door for these ships and designs more for World of Warships, I would say. But I wouldn't expect them anytime soon. But the chance is definitely there.
By the way, that name, that trick with the bot name is just, I think it's glorious.
Very clever.
It's really clever.
You love the shirt, Bolin says. Yes, it's the Gamescom shirt.
No, he said MrConway.
Didn't he said Crysantos, right?
I don't know. It says Ken Conway. I mean, we are very similar.
Volan89 says, love the shirt Crysantos.
But he didn't redeem channel points and make it purple. So this
Did you really not drink anything before the stream?
Okay, anyway, back to the game. Let's
I'm sorry, I cannot let this stand, right? Canavo says, Igor is bad, so done is good enough for a German ship. Look, that's first of all not the case. There are many decent German ships in the game. Obviously, not all German ships can be the best ships in the game, right? It's not true for any nation or any branch or whatever, right? If you take a look at, for example, like I personally, like I love the Hindenburg, and I think the Hindenburg is currently too strong with the latest buff. But that's my personal opinion, right? If you take a look at, for example, T61 is a really great ship, and some people would say she's probably a bit too strong, right? The Kurfürst is a really good ship, probably not for competitive, but a really good random ship. It depends on what you want to get out of a ship. You take a look at Scharnhorst, for example. If you take a look at, the Bayern, for example, like a lot of good, decent German ships out there. But we have a lot of nations in the game, a lot of different ones. And if you take a look at which ship is the best for each of the different playstyles, they're always different ones. What are we looking at? Yes, I'm talking too much, I know.
No. It's not that you're talking too much. It's that you're talking and not also doing something else at the same time.
That's okay. That's because we want to spend quality time with the viewers.
Me too.
With being stuck on the result screen for a while.
What is the distance when it says players within your range? Look, if you're playing tier 10, that means everyone from tier 8 to 10. It's the battle tier that's relevant. anyone that you can end up in a match with.
Oh, Doofer is asking, Captain's logbooks, you can see tier 10 ships, flags like Ohio, Colbert, how do I get them? Not all of the things that are currently visible in the Captain's logbook are also achievable. So we'll have to see how you can get those flags. If they should be in the, like if they're not in the armory, we'll have to see. Are they in the armory, Mr. Conway? You look so smug, like you know.
No, I just would like you to pick a ship.
Yeah, come on.
What's in the armory? Let's have a look.
He's looking for the flags for the Ohio and Colbert, because usually the flags that you get.
You mean the unique, the Colbert flag and the Ohio
exactly.
flag? No, they're not in the armory. No, they are actually not available in any way. We made them, but we haven't figured out how to use them yet. So
which is also true for Puerto Rico, correct? Yes, because I knew we had this discussion. You are playing Yuyang and Yamato, so I'll just play. We already played Hindenburg. We already played. So let me just double check. Oh, I have the American filter. You know what? I'll play. Oh, we didn't win the Goliath game, so I'll play the Goliath. So yeah, so currently you will find even ships like California. Yes, I'm pushing the battle button. Like the more you push me, the longer I will take. So the what was it? I think, for example, the California is also already as a ship in the captain's logbook right now in the game, even though the ship is not in the game yet. So why Goliath does not have the Victorian white camo? Good question, Jarek. I mean, the Victorian white camo was part of the early access for the other ships, and you can get it on the tier 9 as well. I'll have to check whether we also plan to have it for the Goliath. I understand it would be consistent to have it up until tier 10. Why clan battleships gotta be naked? You mean the rental ships, Dark Edge?
Because it has to be some kind of difference between them, right? They're meant for you guys to experiment with some other ships, maybe in clan battles, or to be able to substitute newer players that don't have as many ships into your battles. But they're not meant to be a straight up replacement, and that's one of the differences. So if you want to have a camouflage, go research the ship.
There's a comment here from who was it? Sorry, I need to scroll a bit. Captain Punkberry says, "Thank you for the invincible planes in ranked." Well, we already look. There was a bug and we fixed it within I think 4 or 5 hours after ranked went live. So it is fixed. It's still displayed in the wrong way. We'll have to apply another fix for that. But that issue with the heal that was too strong was already fixed. Nerf the Hashidate, far too strong. Maybe we'll have to do that. Why don't we have test chips for classifactory battles? Might be an interesting idea, just not currently plan of not part of the game. I need a module that increases my skill. Can we add that for the next patch? That's a nice one. Look, you can always improve your own skill, mostly by paying attention to what you do, situational awareness, and so on, and also taking a look at what better players are doing and why they're doing it. I can highly recommend checking out pretty much all of our CCs. They all play in a different way, right? So depending on what you're looking for, if you want to get to a super Unicum level or even Unicum level, definitely check out gameplay from players who are on that level. And ask them questions, because streaming, in my opinion, has the great aspect of being able to interact immediately and to simply ask hey, I'm doing this, I see you doing it differently, why are you doing it, and how can I improve? And I think that's one of the best things about streaming.
Oh, the Yashima on the other side.
Yes, it's Jester. So that's my piece of advice. Don't wait for a module. Be proactive. Become better at the game. Take a look at what other people are doing, why, and apply it.
Battle of the Titans here. Problem is, he's a much better player than me.
So I need my Gunbloom to go away, and then we'll just turn. The Sao is fully broadsided, by the way.
No, he isn't.
Not anymore for you. Okay.
I'm still gonna shoot him.
Range mod on Goliath, really? Yes, absolutely. So I'm spotted here by ADD.
The problem is, I know that Jester is waiting for me to turn to slap my broadside.
I am using the range mod on the Goliath because it gives me more options in how I can play. I think on tier 10, like if you have to get even closer than 19 kilometers and you don't have the option to be able to, you know, protect yourself with the smoke or anything else, it can become very frustrating to play. So I like to have the option. Usually I try it first with the reload booster, or the reload. So you said...
Yes, but I had to turn.
So MrConway did exactly what Miester wanted him to do, and he turned broadside. And now he's sitting there with 11k health and all of these shells coming into you.
I still thought I needed to turn there. I was hoping that he would have bad RNG and not hit me. No, I was like, that was literally what my plan was.
Okay, not
it was not a good plan.
But at least it gives you time. Yes, maybe you can like.
I have 17.5 kilometers of detection range.
Yes,
I'm not getting concealed.
That salvo from Yester is probably going to get you. How's your day so far? Jester, you see, but that's the thing, right? Jester, use the Yashima in the best possible way of applying that super high alpha that you get with the guns.
50k.
Yes, because this was probably like what, 3 citadels with the
and I
alpha.
It was about 2 citadels.
Well, I mean, one citadel is 17,000.
No,
19. Even we buffed it. Yes, we even buffed it. So it's 19,000.
No, that was a completely stupid move, and I told you that it was a stupid move, and I was making it. I shouldn't have pushed in so strongly.
Yeah,
It's my move. I do this. No, this is the way I play my battleships. I like to push in and push out. Yeah. But when you're facing a good player in something like Yashima, that will not work.
Okay. Chris says I'm noob. That's actually quite fitting. Who are you? You're in the set 52. Okay. Right now, I'm not saying you're a noob, but I don't want to really push into them right now.
Do I prefer legendary on Yamato or reload? Legendary, absolutely. Like I think the extra accuracy that you get is completely priceless. Like always, I think the legendary is epic, or legendary in this case.
I just wanted to say that's a nice quote. The legendary is epic.
I'm really disappointed with that game, by the way.
I think chat is
maybe I should just leave and start playing a different game.
What are we going to play?
Make chat. No, I mean just go and start a new battle.
Okay.
12,000 damage in Yamato. Nice.
Well, I'll have to push up here again. That's sometimes a bit the tricky aspect of a standard battle is it's very passive sometimes in the way it's played. Right? You can see that both teams are kind of hesitant to actually commit. Oh, there's the Harugumo. Maybe we can do something about this.
Might be dead to torpedoes here. I think he is dead to torpedoes. Ah, no, he only took one.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Chris, I'm not saying you're a noob, but you definitely have to run.
Go and stand in the corner, MrConway. Yes, I feel like going to stand in the corner.
Oh,
okay.
Can we get him? Can we get him? Don't touch me. Ah, it's always the acceleration of a Minotaur. Shells were a bit too slow here.
Is there ever a plan to add another campaign? As a guy that finally finished off his last campaign, now that 0 of 3 button taunts me. Yes, soon. Can't say more yet, but we'll let you know more soon.
Don't touch me. 2 evil Yamatos. Different kind of Yamatos.
Why no more secret messages that are enterable on the World of Warships website that give us free stuff? Secret messages? You mean like when we do like bonus code hunts and stuff. I'm sure we'll still do those occasionally. But we have Twitch drops, so you get, Twitch drops for watching. And look at Ryu flexing with his chat messages.
Yes. So I just need to be a bit careful here. I can actually do this without being spotted, so the enemy team is all smoked up here with the Yu Yang and the Harugumo.
Wow. By the way, Ancient Gale says, as a matter of honor, I must insist Crysantos gives me my Alabama. We shared a Cat 1 battle and he begged for my DD for smoke. I gave it to him in exchange for an Alabama. That was 2 years ago.
What? We shared the Cap 1 battle and you begged my DD for smoke and gave exchange for an Alabama that was 2 years ago. That's amazing. Wow. It's nice try. Nice try. But I do appreciate a lot when players help each other and try to, for example.
Did anyone claim the prize on detonating a hood in the Bismarck? No,
never.
Still not. The challenge is open, and I will honor it when it happens. Like, make it happen. It's whoever does it. I need the replay.
Nice dispersion. Look, I'm going to launch torpedoes here, not because I want to hit the Yamato, but potentially one of the DDs might be too greedy. Yashima is there, so it should be fine. Can we maybe... there's the minnow. Nice. These shells hurt so much. The 234 are just amazing to play, in my opinion. Come on, you're not going to reverse all the way? No, you are? Okay. Ah, now he stops.
Why are you so mean to this guy, by the way? Why you are so mean to this guy in the Z52?
I wasn't mean.
Yes, you are.
No, it's his nickname. Rude. It's his nickname.
You said he was a noob. He says it's right there.
I even said I don't think he's a noob, but the name, like, if Nomen is Omen, then I cannot really do anything about it. This is a tricky match right now. I mean, the great thing is that Ryu is doing a great job here of just basically screening, right? He's screening, he's launching deep water torpedoes, so the enemy PBs really have to watch out what they're going to do. But I don't really want to push too hard. I mean, these guys here, they're probably going to die. The Montana against the Yashima and the Harugumo, the Z52 against the Harugumo. Like, I personally, even though I like to be more active, like proactive in terms of getting caps and so on, in a battle like this, it can actually really hurt you if you try to grab the enemy cap too early.
Oh, Harugumo just ate some very nasty AP from the Montana, but the Montana ate a torpedo too, and he's gone.
Wow, he immediately repaired that. Can I even
Props to our Z52 that you currently say he's a noob, but he's actually putting cap pressure on the enemy.
I love how you completely disagree with my statement.
And that he what?
I don't think it's a great move. What? I'm not saying it's a noob move, but I don't think it's the right time to do that.
No, it wasn't. And he got spotted while doing it, smoked up and died. But I like that he's got the balls with 1,500 hit points to do it. I appreciate his, I don't know, tenacity.
No, look, the reason why I disagree with it is simply because
it takes too long in the standard battle.
First of all, it takes too long. It's great if you can basically get the attention from the enemy team and shift it towards their own cap to kind of split them up and so on. But overall, it's like if you're too aggressive, like look at these ships. They're easily able to defend, and right now they don't have a reason to push us because we're not leading in points. We were actually leading in points until the Montana and the Z52 were pushing in here. So now we're the kind of guys who have to make mistakes and move in. Like now the Sao is going to be the next one who's like, oh, you know what? I'll just push and see what can happen to in that enemy cap. And he will be spotted by the Yuyang and Harugumo, and the battleships will just nuke him. That's why it's not really the best plan. And I think we handed it a bit to the enemy team because they were retreating, and we could have simply, you know, forced them to turn back and push into us, because in most of the scenarios you want to have the enemy push into you, not you be the enemy, like be the kind of player who has to push in.
Yeah. Zao's getting deep water torpedo on the nose, I think.
Yes.
No, he dodged. Nice.
Okay, nice. You can actually show your point of view so we see what you're commenting on.
Third-person commentary here. By the way, Ustadi is asking, what's the prize for detonating the hood in a Bismarck? The prize is a Tirpitz. If you've got, look, you can pick of any. If you do this, you can pick any premium ship that's not been removed from sale. So anything that's available, if you want it, I'll give it to you. But I need the replay. Goodbye, Zhao.
Well, as long as Rio doesn't die there, we still have a chance of winning.
Rio's had really bad luck with his torpedoes. Like with some of the spreads, you know, like torpedoes weren't badly aimed, but the spreads just sometimes really screwed him over a bit. Yeah, I don't know what the Yu Yang has in terms of hit points. The Harugumo's super low though. Miesta is low as well, but I think he's going to take out that Thunder over there because he's got backup from the Harugumo, and he's got the bigger guns. Although Thunder is healing.
Well, it's not a Conqueror heal.
But okay, he's shooting HE. Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, like a Bao on Yashima, he's not really going to do that much with AP.
Yeah, but he shot HE
This
at
is,
the armor.
he doesn't have the Yamato guns, right?
He shot HE at the belt, though.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like he didn't even shoot the superstructure. It was just not a good.
Well,
move.
if he hits the bow, then that's absolutely fine, right? He will still deal a lot of damage.
That's true. But the problem is that there's now a Moskva facing off, and the Moskva is also not going to really fare well in this engagement. Unless he gets around the side.
Like unfortunately, there's no way we can help him. I just need to push now here, which is not the thing I want to do. But I need to help Ryu here with those two DDs. Because he has to run from the Des Moines, and we need to take out the Des Moines for him. Because I consider the Moscow to be dead, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Yashima just went through that like a bulldozer.
I really hope our Republic is going to be able to nuke that Des Moines, but he's already turning away, so unless he gets a lucky salvo.
Looks like Thunder is going to eat one deep water torpedo here at least. Oh, this is still going to be a tricky one to pull back home.
Ah, there's the Minotaur.
Yeah, I've got a great crossfire on you there.
Yep, that hurt.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I threw this game.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd been alive, maybe things would have been different.
Man, these torpedoes are going to be so close with the range. Ah, they ran out.
Tazza UK says, I keep getting a pop-up every time a plane flies in my A telling me to set a priority sector. Do you know how I turn this off? Well, did you set a priority sector?
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
Very nice. And if not, please send a customer support ticket, because that sounds like a bug. Did you just turn the game around?
Nope.
Well, I think you did. Looks pretty good. Uh-oh. Oof, those shells from yesterday. I think yes. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, I think you may be able to pull this off.
I need to fall back into concealment and just hide behind this island. Don't do it, Jester. Don't do it, man. I'm too young to die here. God, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Oh. Oh, he missed.
Very, very well played there, Crysantos. There's still the Yu Yang, so there might still be some deep
I'm
water
detected,
torpedoes coming.
I'm detected. So he is in this cap. He's basically here somewhere. Right now we only have to survive. That's the main thing.
For 1 minute 12 seconds.
For 1 minute 12 seconds.
The Republic is quite high, quite.
What is it?
Healthy?
A Yu Yang even. Okay. No, you don't. It's only about surviving at this point.
But he wants to top the Yashima.
Yeah, but that's the greed. But the greed should be for the win.
Oh, Flambers raided us. Thank you very much,
Flambers. Thank you very much. This is such a close game, Flambers. And I'm hiding like the ballsy guy I am, but I'm trying to get this win here.
And hello to all the Flambasians. This
the
has been
Hansies?
our last game, but if you all come in now, let's do one more because I can't finish the game on 12K.
Reverse. Oh, nice. He even got him. Okay,
it's
cool.
over. Now
It's
you
over.
can. Now you can go greedy.
Phew. didn't look bright, and it still happened. Phew. Two seconds. See, this is why I just want to take this battle as example of when you say, "Oh, the battle is lost." Not always the case.
That's a good one. MrConway or Crysantos, who farts the most during the stream?
It depends on the lunch, I would say. But usually, like, we really hope that we don't.
Like, one thing, like going for Mexican before stream. Tricky. Okay.
Twitch mission not available today. Shadow Man of the North. Yes, the Twitch mission is absolutely available from today on. Basically, the missions always go live with our stream. Then you have to watch a certain amount of time, and then you will get the mission 100%.
Should we do one last game then?
Let's go.
But let's do it quickly because it's late and
sure.
I'm not going to say I need to fart. But
I need to give that Republic a +1 and also the Moscow because apparently they did a good job here. And you know what? I'll give him yes. I'll give him a +1, even though he thinks that I am saying he's a noob, which I don't understand.
You can give Yester a +1 as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he wrecked you. You know what that means? He gets +2. Good job. We all love sinking MrConway. Okay. And he punished you. Yeah, but it was an interesting game.
Otherwise, we're not going to go.
Yes. Do you plan on adding more CV lines at that realm in the future? At some point, there will be more CVs. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Okay. I'm feeling Venezia for the last game.
So Ryu, thank you for playing with us, but I want to also give some other players a chance to play.
Vasil, I had to kick Vasil out earlier, so if Vasil is still around,
Vasil, if you're still out there, just message me, man. I mean, I have you.
Link me, boss. I've got him.
Okay. I clicked, but takes a while. So you want to play Venezia? You know what? I'll play Yamato then. Had a great match in the Yamato earlier today.
Ungrim Slayer King, who says Kazukan Kazakitha. God, remember the division for a legendary Slayer King? I'm sorry, we don't, but nice try.
Already asked 3 times. Shinigami-sama. Sorry, like we were trying to answer as many questions as possible, but you also see how tight some games are.
The Grim Reaser says, "I didn't get the mission. I've been here from the start, well before the start." So the Grim Reaser, first of all, Twitch jobs. Just wanted to clarify this. Are available on all channels streaming World of Warships. But if you didn't get it, that sounds to me like there may be an issue. So please do me a favor. Go to your account management page. Where you link to your Twitch account and then unlink it and relink it. Check if that helps.
And the thing is that the missions go live with the EU stream, so at 6 p.m. Central European time, the new ones, and then it takes a while for them to kick in, based on how long you're watching. So just give it a bit of time. If you don't get it after, let's say, I don't know, 6 hours or whatever of really watching World of Warships live streams, not bots, and the channel has the drops enabled, then you just contact me and I'll double check it in the backyard for you.
Yep. Don't know, who Ungrim is? Legendary Dwarf Lord from Warhammer universe. I do Warhammer, but I not fantasy. Only 40k so far. So I don't know.
Oh, the new map. Oh, by the way, guys, you have to let me know, what do you think about the new port Fjords? Because me personally, without trying to influence you too much, but I absolutely adore it.
What do you adore?
The new port Fjords that is on the
so
PT.
Beautiful. Especially if you put Bismarck in it or Tirpitz.
It's such a beauty.
Tirpitz,
It's
right
like
at home,
I, for example, currently I'm using the designer's table because it has such a cool look to it. But Fjords is going to be my new one for a very long time, I'm sure. I'm so sorry. Now, I still didn't get to answer Shini's question because he interrupted me. So, why are there 2 flag collections available in Armory except for Isoroku? The American cruisers can be got on Armory, and even if not, it's easily obtainable first part of campaign, unlike Isoroku. Why are there 2 flag collections available in Armory except... How to kick them off? I don't really get what you mean. Sorry. Might just be my brain slowly shutting down.
Slowly?
Well, rapidly at this point, that's true. But you know what? Just explain it to me in a PM, and I will, on the forums, EU forums, just send a PM to Crysantos, and I'll take a look at it.
There's a question there. What of tanks? There are 2 Warhammer 3D styles. Is there any chance for something like this in World of Warships? There is always a chance, guys. There's always a chance.
Maybe in the future, right? Look, we try to give you cool collaborations and cool content and so on. So that's one. Only one. Okay, we know he has 10-kilometer range, so we're going to slow down a bit. Oh, disabled gamer bolt. Hey, man. Hope you're having a good game. Not too good, because obviously we have to win this. So sorry about that, but don't you try to touch
Did we
me.
just beach? God.
Did we? Let's double check.
We don't know. Why would you?
Because you're talking about something, and I want viewers to be able to
I don't
interact
need everybody
with your
to be part of my beaching experience. It's a beautiful little rocky outcrop.
Is it an intimate one? Yeah.
Go away, Crysantos.
I'm just like engaging content. Chat. Would you like to not see him beach? No. I think you enjoy the same things that I do. The cocoa nuts. Oh, he's turning out already.
It's fine. I've unbeached.
What do we have there? Oh, there is another minnow. Mast Higgins.
Heldentod is saying, will the free 2 million free XP be the norm? I'm reaching my limit of willingness to pay, considering we're almost already investing. So, first of all, we don't really like to comment on prices for things that aren't final and in the game and released yet, but you do have to remember that there are so many more ways of earning free experience in World of Warships nowadays compared to when we started offering ships for free XP, with all the camouflages and flags and missions and other things that we have available, that you also get a very healthy supply of by just playing and completing missions. That it's much, much, much easier to offer free XP. So there isn't necessarily an inflation just because it is easier to earn it.
Yes. If you think about like just how much free content you can get just by playing, in terms of like camouflages, flags, and like even resources, like coal and steel and so on. There's so many like ways how to get ships and how to get there. Just like don't also pressure yourself too much to like get everything immediately. That's my personal like piece of advice.
Yeah,
It's nice if you can have everything when it comes out, but overall, don't like, don't be frustrated about the game too much because you cannot have everything at once.
Free
Some
ships-
some resources, like for example coal and steel, are accumulated over a very long time and on a slower pace than others. Free XP, yes, you can boost it with just converting it, but on the other hand, you can also just get it by playing. If you play, for example, clan battles, and with you use your boosters correctly, that's a huge income of free XP that you can just keep generating pretty reliably even. Vaping Death, thank you for answering my first question, but you get another one. Sure, Ben. Happy to answer what I can. What about the Kremlin? In my opinion, the ship is still way too strong. Any plans to rebalance the ship? Sorry if the question was asked before. No problem. Look, the Kremlin, we're keeping a close eye on her, and actually today we announced another nerf for her. It's small nerfs, but we're trying to apply smaller nerfs in general and smaller buffs. To be able to have more wiggle room, because we also read your feedback about very significant changes. So we're trying to do this more in a step-by-step approach. But overall, we're keeping a close eye on her. She has another Sigma nerf, and if we need to do more, we will do more. My personal take on the Kremlin is that she's a very strong ship, but is one of these ships where it's very, very tricky. If you take a look at the entire balancing process before the ship came out, the Kremlin is a ship that doesn't have the range of other battleships. It has still good range, right? It's not super bad range, but overall, for to be able to fully embrace its role as a really decent tank, it needs to get closer, and for that, it needs to have better armor. And it's really tricky to balance that in the way that it's not too strong or not too weak, and it's sometimes quite situational. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's not our intention to have the Kremlin be the top ship. It's definitely one of the best ships, if not the best ship, when it comes to simply pushing in, right? Because of the armor that you have. But I hope you can see that, step by step, we're trying to get to a point where we have the ship in a really good state, where it does what it's supposed to do without being too strong.
I love the Venezia.
Yeah, the Venezia is amazing. Right now, I'm just in a bit of a pickle here. I'll have to push up a bit. I would really like to touch the Minotaur.
Ooh. How's their Yamato 10 kilometers away? And I didn't realize. I may have...
It's a sneaky ship.
No, I just didn't pay attention. I may be... Oh, and it's disabled Gamer Bolt. Hello, dude. From Izzo's clan.
I know disabled Gamer Bolt, yes.
But I think he is about to turn me into the disabled chip. Ah.
Oof.
Oof. I don't know how he snuck through there without me noticing. That was really, really poor play by me. And my fuel smoke was on cooldown. No get out jail free card either.
Oh, come on. Can somebody kill the Salem?
Please let me get behind this island. Oh god. Today is not my day. I managed to take out the daring before I died, but today's not my day.
Something.
I just didn't pay attention. I was tunnel visioning. I didn't pay attention to the entire western flank and didn't realize there's a Yamato 10 kilometers from me.
Plonk, plonk, plonk. Okay.
Yeah, the
5
Wolf
ships
Factor
in
says,
the-
we all have days like that, man. No biggie. Yeah, and that's some days of World of Warships are just worse than
We
other days.
all
This
have
is-
them. Even the best out of the best days sometimes have days where it's just it just doesn't work out, right?
Definitely did not work out today.
Okay, I'll just have to fall back here a bit, because if I push in too much, I'll have to expose my broadside to the core first. I didn't get the second salvo in, and I don't really want to chase these guys. Tell me about it? Yeah. It happens. It happens.
I guess you should have invited that dwarf king. Yes, maybe. He would have smashed.
Oh, that looks good. Probably a bit too low. No, 5k, I'll take it.
Kurfürst is gonna.
Why do you not offer permacameras on tier 5 ships? DD, it depends on the ships, but quite a few actually have permacamouflages. Like we actually added quite a few of them over the years, but yeah, might be the case. If you have a specific ship they would like to have one, let us know and we can at least check internally if there's a chance to get one for that specific ship. Oof, 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 oof. You are beautiful like that.
We are at the point where, even though we're ahead of ships, we kind of need caps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pushing up a bit. Oh wow, I completely whiffed.
Oh, Vasil took 4 torpedoes from friendly Minotaur, which is why he's pink.
Oof.
So I guess
This
Vasil,
is-
I have lots of sympathy.
And this is why I always say, there's no friendly torpedo, and there's never an excuse to launch torpedoes from the second line, and
Sometimes there's an excuse.
no,
But rarely. Yes.
no, there's never an excuse because like killing an ally is so much worse than hitting one potential torpedo. Something that the players sometimes not really realize, that it's not just about like potentially team killing one of your bros. It's if you launch a torpedo and there's a ship in front of you, you put him into a position where when he might have to maneuver because of your torpedoes, he might get killed because of that. So it's not just team killing because the torpedoes hit him immediately, but just because you put him into a position where he cannot really do anything.
I don't disagree that it's generally a really bad idea, but I'm saying there are situations where it's worth risking the life of a teammate if you have a really important target to hit. Rare.
There might be very rare situations, but I think a good rule of thumb is to simply not do it.
That's true.
Like if you're a really, really good player, you might be able to pull it off. Come on, you're going to accelerate out of this. Come on, accelerate faster. Okay, somebody else got him. It's like the really fast acceleration of a Minotaur. Focus Yamato. Look, I would love to, but right now these Yamatos are behind the island for me.
And he's down. He's not down.
The guru. Well, the topic about pricing, whether some things should be more or less expensive and whether people would buy more, potentially, right? But we kind of set a price for what we think is a good price for the amount of time that goes into it in terms of development, and all of these premium things, they pay everything else. Something you have to keep in mind: the game is for free to play. There's so many things you can get for free by just playing the game, right? Premium ships, reward ships, things that boost your progress in the game. All of these things are for free, right? And we somehow have to pay for them. And that's why, yes, the price tag for the game itself, for like certain premium ships might be quite high. But on the other hand, it works that way.
Yeah, and for something like a free XP ship, look at it. This is a long-term goal. Things that we like, these ships, they're probably going to be sailed for a significant amount of time. So you can play and you can accumulate and save up your free XP, and eventually you'll be able to make it up.
Okay, if somebody can kill that Kur first, then I can focus on the Yamato, and then we can focus on the Hindenburg. Nice, good job. Nice. Great teamwork here.
Yep.
We got the 150k damage so far, but we're mostly able to do this because the
Daring was sunk.
daring was sunk. Exactly.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Slightly further left and down, and it would have been a nice double citadel potentially, even on that angle. We're sitting at 4.1 million potential damage. Nice. And he thinks to spend free XP on? There will be plenty of stuff to spend free XP on, man.
So, Twitch chat, I have a question. And maybe also YouTube chat, maybe also Steam. Who in chat has not followed Flamu on Twitch yet? Can you give me like an X or an F or a Y, or just give me any kind of signal? Who hasn't followed Flamu yet?
Oh, such a... But then he's bad. Oh, yes, so we are going to try to push Flamu over 100k.
Yes.
Right?
So look, Flamu has been doing this big push to get to 100,000 followers on Twitch for a while now.
At what?
And he is sitting at... He's sitting at 99,886, right? He is exactly 114 followers away from his 100k mark. And we know this because we gave it to him. He has a big giveaway lined up for his 100k milestone. So what we're going to do is we're going to raid Flamu. If you're on YouTube, maybe, and if you're on Steam, maybe go to twitch.tv/Flamu with 2 U's, because 1 U is just not enough.
Well, or the name was taken, right?
Yes, but that's not a funny statement, is it? And give him a follow, because it would be really funny if we are the reason he hits his milestone. So let's do this together. So you can just say hi from the twins, and hopefully congratulate him on reaching 100,000 followers. But please go, and if you haven't followed yet, go give him that follow. He also, like, his content he's a really good player. And watching him will probably make you be better at World of Warships.
Absolutely.
But that's it for today. We are going to be back, of course, next Thursday at 6 o'clock Central European time.
With Evan.
Time that is there. With Evan, maybe, if he has time to join us.
No. He said people should talk to us to ask for him, and he will appear. So they did that
so we asked,
in the stream.
Appear,
so
he
Evan will appear.
Exactly.
He committed.
And
right?
if not, we send him angry letters on the forum.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a fantastic end of the week and a great weekend. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Go follow Flamu. We're going to raid now. Go do it. Chat, I expect you to do it. Just do it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.